In a significant development in the ongoing conflict, Ukrainian forces have reportedly destroyed a Russian Zaslon radar system, an advanced naval radar mounted on a truck, repurposed for land-based use. Valued at approximately $46 million, this radar system was not originally intended for ground operations, which raises questions about the current state of Russian military capabilities and strategic adaptations. Originally developed for Russian naval use, the Zaslon MF radar is designed to provide 360-degree detection of air and surface targets. Operating in the S-band frequency, it offers a balanced performance between resolution and weather resistance. Its key capabilities include tracking up to 100 targets simultaneously and detecting air targets up to 185 miles away. The version destroyed appears to be a modified land-based deployment, mounted on a truck rather than a ship. Analysts suggest this could be a response to heavy losses in naval assets, particularly in the Black Sea, where Ukrainian strikes have diminished Russia's maritime surveillance capabilities. According to Ukrainian military sources, the radar was targeted and hit in the Kursk region. This inland location suggests it was being used as a ground-based radar system, potentially to fill gaps in Russia's degraded air defense network. Naval radars like the Zaslon are not designed for terrestrial environments, and adapting them poses logistical and technical challenges. These include cooling requirements, vibration issues on unsteady land platforms, and mismatches in software algorithms optimized for maritime targets. The use of such systems on land indicates a growing scarcity of purpose-built ground radars in Russia's arsenal, possibly due to sustained Ukrainian strikes on radar infrastructure over the past year. This event fits into a larger pattern of Ukrainian operations targeting Russian radar installations. Over recent months, Ukraine has destroyed various high-value radar systems across Russian-controlled territories and even inside Russia. This effort has impacted Russia's air defense network by creating detection gaps and forcing radar operators to expose themselves to counterstrikes. The cumulative effect of these attacks compromises the layered defense strategy that modern integrated air defense systems rely on. The destruction of radars not only reduces Russia's ability to detect incoming threats but also makes remaining systems more vulnerable due to increased operational loads and emissions. Ukraine's incursion into the Kursk region, established in August 2024, has extended its operational capabilities into Russian territory. These operations provide surveillance opportunities, disrupt logistics, and force Russia to reallocate defensive resources from other fronts. This strategic maneuver complicates Russian military planning and logistics while enabling Ukrainian forces to launch precision strikes on critical infrastructure and radar systems. Ukraine has also conducted operations in Belgrade, focusing on hit-and-run tactics rather than holding territory, adding further pressure on Russian defense. The destruction of the Zaslon radar encapsulates a broader trend in the conflict, Ukraine leveraging precise intelligence, adaptive tactics, and technological improvisation to undermine Russia's more numerous but increasingly strained forces. Mounting naval radar systems on trucks reflects not just creativity, but also operational necessity, underscoring the toll the conflict has taken on Russia's equipment reserves and planning. As the war continues, Ukraine's focus on eliminating radar assets appears to be a strategic decision aimed at weakening Russian surveillance and air defense capabilities, potentially shaping the trajectory of the conflict in the months ahead. The destruction of the Zaslon radar signals a pivotal turn in the ongoing conflict, highlighting Ukraine's increasing reach and adaptability against a more traditionally powerful opponent. By taking out such advanced systems, Ukraine not only disrupts Russian operations but also demonstrates a commitment to sustained pressure on enemy capabilities, pushing Russian forces into a reactive state. Each strike that depletes Russia's advanced technology creates not only immediate tactical advantages but also long-term strategic impacts, consolidating Ukraine's position as a formidable adversary in this escalating war. The implications of this radar's destruction reverberate beyond the immediate tactical advantages for Ukraine, as it shakes the foundations of Russian military confidence. Analysts are now debating how significantly this incident affects Russia's operational planning, particularly as they grapple with the shrinking effectiveness of their air defense systems. Moreover, the repurposing of naval technology for land use raises alarm about Russia's adaptation strategies, prompting discussions about other potential vulnerabilities within their military framework. As Ukrainian forces continue targeting these high-value assets, the balance of power may very well pivot. Ukrainian forces persist in their methodical approach, employing advanced surveillance and intelligence to identify critical Russian military assets. With precise strikes, they've not only decimated high-value targets like the Zaslon radar system but also demonstrated their capability to exploit weaknesses in Russia's operational framework. Analysts note that this incursion into Russian territory has forced Moscow to rethink their defensive priorities, struggling to maintain full-spectrum coverage. As the conflict unfolds, the mounting pressure on Russian radars will likely compel them to rely on less sophisticated technologies, increasing vulnerabilities in their defenses. Ukrainian tactics emphasize speed and efficiency, ensuring that every operation captures crucial strategic value and potentially alters the conflict's future trajectory. Such targeted engagement reinforces the importance of adaptability in warfare, especially against an adversary historically recognized for its significant arsenal. The impact of the destroyed Zaslon radar system is profound, as it not only signals a loss of a critical asset but also highlights a worrying trend for Russian forces. With this recent adaptation of naval technology showcasing a lack of dedicated ground systems, analysts fear that Russia may find itself scrambling to maintain effective radar coverage. This evolving dynamic brings forth a reality where operational creativity is born out of necessity, underscoring a pressing crisis in military logistics and planning. Faced with mounting losses, Russian forces must recommit to bolstering their air defense capabilities while reassessing their strategic deployments. To counteract these vulnerabilities, the plausibility of employing more rugged, adaptable land-based systems becomes increasingly critical. In contrast, Ukraine's innovative maneuvers signal a commitment to exploiting every opportunity, thus redefining the principles of modern warfare amid ongoing hostilities. As each operation takes shape with acute precision, the narrative of the conflict continues to shift, elevating Ukraine's position within the broader geopolitical landscape. The outcome of such tactical decisions may well determine not only the short-term battles but also the long-term prospects of both nations involved. In this high-stakes environment, the continued success of Ukrainian operations relies heavily on maintaining effective intelligence networks and rapid response capabilities. By systematically targeting Russian radars and other strategic assets, Ukraine is not merely eroding Russia's military strength, but also reshaping the landscape of modern warfare. This relentless pursuit of enemy vulnerabilities complicates Russian defensive strategies, forcing them to adapt under pressure while also revealing cracks in their operational command. As the balance shifts, it is crucial for Ukraine to sustain its momentum and leverage these gains to build upon their newfound advantages, solidifying their role as a crucial player on the global stage. The recent destruction of the Zaslon radar system underlines Ukraine's strategic gains and the urgency for Russia to reassess its military capabilities. In response, Russian officials are reportedly considering deploying alternate radar systems while intensifying their search for resilient technologies that can withstand Ukrainian assaults. Meanwhile, Ukrainian forces remain vigilant and adaptive, continually enhancing their methodologies to ensure their operations lead to greater victories. The ongoing fray reflects a shifting paradigm in warfare, driven by technological innovation and the relentless pursuit of tactical excellence on both sides. As Ukrainian forces continue their operations, intelligence suggests they may soon target additional assets to further destabilize Russian surveillance capabilities. The destruction of the Zaslon radar system epitomizes a significant shift in the conflict dynamics, signaling Ukraine's ability to exploit vulnerabilities in Russian defenses while compelling Moscow to urgently rethink its military strategies and technological reliance. The future of the region hangs in the balance as both nations adapt to an evolving battlefield.